Out and About Marathon Town with Mr. Marathon himself, Mike Puto.
Hello everybody, Mike Puto here, and our Out and About series continues with Monroe County. Hello everybody, Mike Puto, Mr. Marathon, and Out and About Marathon Town. And today we're going to have an exciting interview, not only with Colonel Rick Ramsay, who is the Undersheriff of the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, but we're going to go into some detail about this beautiful Trauma Star helicopter that we have behind us and how valuable it is to Monroe County. Colonel, thanks for having us.
Yes, sir, Mr. Marathon. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Well, we're glad to be here. How many years have you been with the Sheriff's Department, sir?
25 years, Mike.
Whew.
Yeah.
Well, I know that many times that, when I was with the Sheriff's Auxiliary, which is now called the Sheriff's Reserve, you and I rode together. And,
a lot of good memories.
Yes, we had a lot of fun, and things were exciting back in those days, but now they're a lot more exciting with the Sheriff's Department. And I know there's a lot of things that are coming up with the Sheriff's Department that have gone from point A, so to speak, to point B. But what does the future of the Sheriff's Department look at for now, right now? What's up and coming?
Well, right now, like everybody else, we're just trying to deal with the economic times, which are real difficult. We're trying to maintain a quality of service to the general public with our difficult times of budget. Our budget is back where it was in 2006, so we're still trying to do more with less. That's an everyday task, but we are still trying to be more with the community involved, community crime watch programs. Obviously, we've taken a new role since me and you worked together on a patrol years ago, doing a cooperative effort with fire rescue and with the air ambulance service there. So it's just an everyday task trying to keep our heads above the water with the economy.
Well, basically, like with the Sheriff's Department, I know that you've seen a lot of things happening from whether it be the newer vehicles, and I know that we've got a lot of new equipment for the Sheriff's Department. Right. What are we dealing with now in reference to, let's say, fighting crime?
Well, our technology is so much more advanced than when I started back in the 80s. I started in the 80s, we just had old equipment, and there was no special equipment in the car. Now, all our cars are equipped with in-car cameras. We have video and audio. All our officers have mics in our systems. We audio tape and videotape most of our calls, most of our traffic stops. We use it for evidentiary as well as to try to protect the officers for complaints that come against them, or if a complaint does come in, to see if they really were rude or disrespectful to our general public. We have radar cameras in almost all our car, radar front and rear radars. We have in-car computers. Our officers now are doing almost everything electronically, where they're running their own tags, their own warrants, their own licenses. It's almost like a mobile dispatch center. We rely on dispatch to give us basic information, but our men and women in the streets are doing almost everything themselves, between electronically writing reports, between running tags, license like we said, doing their own stuff. And you have to be electronically savvy these days. But we have equipment now like we've never had. Nice cars, nice equipment. Our guys and gals are pretty lucky to have what they have. We take our cars other places, and officers are amazed about the technology, how advanced we are and what we're doing.
That's just amazing, because I know that, the 25 years that you've been with the Sheriff's Department, I know that you've been detective, you've been on the road patrol, you've done special ops, you've done pretty much everything, haven't you?
I've been in every aspect of this agency from the ground up, so I've worked everywhere.
Well, that's important, because it gives you an overall view as being the colonel, which puts you second in command, and when the sheriff is out of town or on vacation, you are the acting sheriff, correct?
Yes, and I do mostly day-to-day operational stuff. Most of the operational decisions are in the course of a day, and our decisions that we're making, the sheriff and myself work together to make the decisions on goals, objectives, strategic planning, where we're going, what changes we need to make, or what technology we want to put in place.
Well, I know that one of the big things that the Sheriff's Department has done, of course, is Trauma Star. Now, we used to have that Huey, that was the helicopter way back in the good old days, and now we have this beautiful. I'm just trying to think, what do we call it? I mean,
yes, okay. We went from an old Huey, an old Vietnam era, 1967 UH-1, a Huey. A lot of our veterans remember that from the Vietnam era,
exactly.
Which did a lot of good missions. That was a single turbine, twin litter helicopter, and we had hundreds of people that are transported on that ship. This is a Sikorsky S-76 twin turbine aircraft, 175-mile-an-hour helicopter, about the fastest production helicopter there is. 2 patients. We have enough for 4 attendants. We fly a nurse, a paramedic, and a pilot. It's an IFR, Instrument Flight Rules helicopter, and this is state-of-the-art. We maintain it ourselves with mechanics. We have certified mechanics, 3 mechanics on board, and we do everything from cleaning the windows to changing out an engine. We can do it all.
Do we have, on the bright side, we have in-flight movies?
No movies yet. We're working on that. That's coming soon. Yeah, coming near you soon.
Now, Colonel, I know that we have a great working relationship with Monroe County, because I know that the helicopter is maintained and operated by the Sheriff's Department.
Right.
And then Monroe County Fire Rescue, actually, we provide the driver and they provide all the assistance.
Yeah, we have a great relationship, a great partnership with Fire Rescue. This is a joint cooperative effort. This is a Board of County Commission program, which is run, operated, and maintained by the Sheriff's Office and Fire Rescue. Fire Rescue provides the flight nurses and flight paramedics. We provide the pilots, the mechanics, and the director of the operation. FAA, it's Part 135 aircraft, requires a director, a chief mechanic, and a chief pilot. So those are all Sheriff's Office employees. But we have a great relationship. We work well together. We're all housed here 24/7. The medics and the flight pilots live upstairs in bunk rooms. So if there's a call, they're 30 seconds from getting in the tug, pulling it out, and launching out. So it's been a great relationship, and we have the Sheriff's Office star and the Fire Rescue symbol on the side, with both Fire Rescue and Sheriff's Office names on the side, to let everybody know that this is a joint partnership. Even though it's the Sheriff's helicopter in name, in regards to who owns it, someone has to own it. You know, so the Sheriff's Office is on the title per se. But really, as far as we're concerned, that's our helicopter as much as Fire Rescue. And it's been just a great relationship. Chief Callahan's been really good to work with.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that's always good to hear, that we do have a great working relationship with the County Fire Rescue and, of course, the Sheriff's Department.
I mean, this program is so important. You know from all your days in Fire Rescue, this helicopter flies the worst of the worst. This comes down to whether you're going to live or die. You're going to lose a limb or not. How much pain and suffering you're going to have. The helicopter program we've started between the Huey and now the S-76, I think we've had about 1,400 missions.
Wow.
So those are just literally hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 people that may not be here today, lives that surely would have been lost. And we fly from the 96-mile marker all the way down to Key West. Miami-Dade County does from the 96-mile marker north as the primary call, and if they're tied up, then we fly in Key Largo for a backup.
Colonel, I know we've got a new piece of equipment, training equipment, that's right behind us in the dark room
Yes,
upstairs
sir.
there.
Yeah.
That has to do with driver training and a shooting simulator. Explain that just a little bit, if you would, please.
Okay, we continue to try to provide the best level of training for our people we can. And training is so important for gross motor skills. And we have committed to that training, where we actually built out this room, as you see above here. And we bought and put in a driving simulator, the same one you have at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, state-of-the-art driving simulator. And the other side of the room, there's a wall, a partition. We also put in a shooting simulator, which will allow you to shoot one person, 2, 3, up to 4 people can shoot at one time. The machine actually uses a real weapon with a different mechanism. So you're actually using a gun which is actual cycling. You can also use a taser, chemical agents. On the screen, it will show where you're hitting with chemical agents, or a baton.
Wow.
Actually, with a baton, it will show you where you'll be striking the person. And it's designed to have the officer deal with a situation from start to finish like they would in the streets. And the operator of the machine can determine whether the officer won and the person gave up, or whether the person had to use some type of force, whether it be a baton, OC. And we're looking for judgment, verbal skills. Are they given proper commands? It's an interactive screen where the person on the screen, you see a person, you pull up, it tells you, you're pulling up to a in progress report of a car being broken into, a person wearing this and this, and you pull up and it looks like you're in a patrol car. And when you get out of the patrol car on the screen, you have to talk to the person.
Okay.
And the person's going to say, I didn't do nothing, why are you here? Leave me alone. And you're saying, sir, I need to see your license. What are you doing here? I don't have to talk to you. And we're looking for the officer to give good stance, some type of good skills, and determine whether they should or shouldn't have a weapon out, low profile, what they have. And we can make the person compliant, say I give up, or we can make the person reach in and trying to grab a gun, where it causes you to have to come out and use good time to draw, clear leather, take appropriate action against that target.
Wow.
So it's very interactive, and we're trying to evaluate the officer's abilities to make proper decisions and educate and train them if they're doing something they shouldn't, or they should have done this sooner. So it's a good education. They get a lot out of it. We can go back and play it and critique, okay, well here you did this, but maybe you could have done this. And they say, oh, that's interesting. Same thing driving. We can control driving down the road, going to emergency call. We can control whether a dog or cat or something jump in front of your car. We even have on the driving simulator, the operator has another steering wheel on another car, and we can have a car come out of nowhere and kind of come after you.
Whoa.
We can make them also do a pursuit, lights and siren, where a car in front of you and you have to try to pursue this car. It's a state of art. You've never seen this stuff. It's amazing. But it's an investment that the sheriff, myself, and the agency has put into our members. And it's been well received. Our troops are loving it because it's hand-on. Instead of sitting in a classroom being lectured, be careful backing up, look behind your shoulder, look twice. No, you're in a car, and the simulator is a patrol car, steering wheel, you have to put in gear, you got a computer. So it's like you're right in your cockpit of your car. You can't beat that.
Well, that's awesome, because I can remember back when we were, when that's called the Sheriff's Auxiliary.
Right.
And we would go out and we'd go to, go to the range, and I used to always hit the clothespins.
Yeah.
But it was just amazing to, to go through, even though you're actually doing the shooting, you
Yeah.
were never put under a stressful condition to where somebody's coming at you or somebody's trying to get your goat, so to speak, and then how do you react as a deputy?
Well, exactly. We're trying to make it realistic, but we're trying to make it fun. Now we have people, they want to come to training. Before it was a burden. Oh no, in service again, because you got lectured to.
Oh, sure.
Now it's hands-on, it's fun. And we come out here too, and we do shooting simulators with semi-munitions, which is almost like a paintball guns, where we're shooting a little stuff, and you can see where you stop a car, and the person comes out and is shooting semi-munitions. So you're actually able to live fire semi-munitions at people. We put them, mask on their face and protection stuff so they don't get hit in the eye. But it's really important to see how they react there, and teams of people, more than one people. Our people get done saying, this is great, this is so much fun, this is awesome. We're getting paid for this? So, it's it's investment in our people and investment in the future.
Well, and not only that, sir, but it's just, not only are you investing in your patrolmen and in your deputies that are out
Right.
there, the big thing is we're also out there, we're protecting the public as well, and we're training our people to go under stressful conditions, which is very, very big, because you never know, like I said, remember,
right.
two things you can't control, Mother Nature and human nature.
That's right. And what you said is true, you keyed on it. We're training our people to better be able to go out there and deal with the public, deal with the situation, and make sure they come out safely, and so does the person we're protecting. And we have the people right now, our officers are some of the best trained officers anywhere.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we've had a great time talking to Colonel Rick Ramsay, the Undersheriff from Monroe County, and with all the stuff that he has mentioned, I can't wait for us to come back when they have a little training thing and see if I get a paintball or get
You tell me when you want to do it, and we will get you out there. I'm sure the viewers would love to see you get dinged a couple times, so we'll have a lot of fun.
That would be great, and then we can show we can show our listeners out there and our viewers just exactly what everybody goes through here in order to better themselves and be better law enforcement people.
We love to do it.
Colonel, thank you very much for having us here.
My pleasure. Thank you, Mr.
Congratulations.
Marathon.
You're doing a great job, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Until next time.